Hello, Internet. I just want to show off my awesome tank top. And now we are going to go down and hopefully remember how to read a script properly and look at the camera. Hello, Internet, and welcome to Sonic June. So I'm sure we all love the Sonic comics. From the manga, that was a pain for me to find that one time. Sonic the comic, Archie, IDW, and while it's been years since Archie lost the rights, and my hopes for any more development from the Sonic Chronicles getting a sequel being dashed, I decided to make a video where I talk about my personal feelings with the comics. So comics in my area are actually really hard to find. My county actually doesn't even have a bookstore, which is sad. We're just illiterate. Only a library. My dad actually used to take my sister and I to Borders, like every weekend he had us, and we were each allowed to get a book as long as it was under $10. So $10, it was a lot of the time that like we bought manga, and while most of my manga collection was lost due to things I'm not going to discuss here right now, my sister is still mostly intact, and it's pretty big, like huge. I've been slowly rebuilding my collection. But one day we went and Borders had a little spinny tower set up by like the manga, and we were drawn to it because it was new, and to our surprise, there was an issue of Sonic the Hedgehog on there. As a huge Sonic fan, I chose it to get for my book of that week. And now this issue had Jeffrey St. John in a brown suit, if I recall it properly. And now I had heard of the comics, but I had resigned myself to never being able to like read them since they weren't sold in my area. And from there though, I bought every issue I could find in person, and we began ordering the archives online for in-store pickup. And so much so that the guy working at the Borders, he would keep the comics of the archives and the regular comics back for us. He was super sweet, and I hope he's doing as awesome and as happy as he made us when we came in. And now I love the Archie Sonic comics and dove into all like the wikis on the characters to kind of catch up and understand everything that was happening as like I read. And so when the lawsuit stuff happened, I was bummed that Archie was like losing the rights to the comics. I do really like IDW Sonic's comics, and I've been slowly getting the volumes with collections of 4 comics in them, so like the little volume ones. I currently have up to volume 6 at the time of writing the script. At the time of recording, I believe I have up to volume 8, and I'm waiting on 9 to release so I can get it. And my boyfriend brought a few at a comic shop about like an hour or so away from where we live, where he meets up with a friend and he plays Magic, that card game. Well, he did when it was safe to do so. But for now, I'm ordering like all of them online. Since IDW basically took most of the talent of the Archie Sonic comic books, I'm very pleased. I am bummed about losing Uncle Chuck and the Freedom Fighters, but I do like the IDW comics now. I'm still in the Zombot arc. I like the fact that IDW is basically shed off all like the clutter that Archie seemed to have in there. So like there's no more weird Star Wars references that I only realized due to like pop culture. Why is Knuckles some kind of soul bond with his cousin Julie Sue? Charmy was originally written older and a prince, but they had to melt his brain to get him to act like his video game counterpart. Just weird things like that. It slightly bothered me, but Archie did shed some of that off with like the Genesis Wave arc they were doing before like it ended. And I like that kind of let's shed everything and start over from point zero with just like the basics. And I feel like the IDW is doing their best with starting like fresh in their own way, taking like the Forces game, which came out at the same time, and using that as like your starting spring point for their comic series. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. Ian Flynn, Evan Stanley, Jennifer Hernandez. I didn't write her last name in the script. Matt Herms. They're all doing like amazing stuff. I love the expressions in the panels, the writing, and also Dr. Starline is Eggman's fanboy, who, from where I am in the comics, is slowly getting more frustrated with his idol, which is very amusing to me. Also, Rough and Tumble. They're cheesy and silly, and I love them. I hope I can see more of them in the future, and I hope everyone is excited for Sonic's 30th birthday. For your question of today, what was your favorite Sonic cartoon? And I hope you hit all the buttons and come back for more Sonic June because I have a ton of stuff planned. So, bye bye!